My friends, do you feel an aching emptiness inside, a gnawing sense that something crucial is missing? Are you spiritually drained, existentially adrift in this world? Do you yearn for meaning beyond conventional ways, for a path that transcends the ordinary and the expected? We live in a world brimming with prescribed paths. Rules, dogmas, and inherited moral frameworks surround us. They promise comfort, security, and a sense of belonging, but sometimes these very structures suffocate our spirit. They bind us, prevent us from truly blossoming into ourselves. Have you ever questioned the foundations of your beliefs? Dared to look beyond what society deems good or right? Perhaps you sense a deeper current, a powerful force within, a vibrant energy stirring, pushing you towards something more. This feeling, this profound urge, is what we will explore. Today we embark on a radical journey together, a journey of self-discovery, of profound reinvention. We delve into the audacious thought of Friedrich Nietzsche. His work, thus Spoke Zarathustra, is not merely a book. It is a profound provocation, a clarion call to the soul. Nietzsche, a philosopher of immense courage and insight. He invites us to cast off the shackles of old narratives, to confront the void, the dizzying freedom of uncertainty. He doesn't offer easy answers, no comforting platitudes here. Instead, he presents a challenging, exhilarating proposition. He speaks of a concept both primal and profoundly transformative. The will to power. What is this will to power, you might ask? It is not a crude desire for dominance over others, not a ruthless pursuit of selfish material gain. No, it's far more subtle, more fundamental than that. Imagine a vibrant, inherent force pulsating within all life, a ceaseless drive to grow, to overcome, to expand itself. It is the sculptor of mountains, the architect of evolution, and most importantly, it is the fundamental force within you. This will to power is the engine of your becoming. It is the force that propels you beyond stagnation. It creates tension, a yearning for new heights, new meanings. It actively seeks to overcome obstacles, both internal and external. It fuels the creation of new values, new ways of seeing the world. Think of an artist driven to create, to push boundaries, a scientist relentlessly pursuing new discoveries, an athlete striving to surpass their personal best. In each instance, the will to power is vividly at play. It's the urge to not merely exist, but to flourish. But what happens when this powerful will is suppressed? When we conform, when we blindly follow outdated creeds, we become spiritually drained, existentially lost, don't we? We find ourselves trapped in a cage of borrowed beliefs, yearning for meaning, yet unsure where to find it. Nietzsche's radical guide is precisely for this state of being. For those who feel the weight of conventional morality, for those who seek meaning beyond prescribed pathways, he challenges us to look inward, to excavate our true potential, to reinvent ourselves brick by painful brick, if necessary. He argues that true meaning isn't found in external validation, nor in adhering to a universally imposed moral code. Meaning is forged through the active exertion of our own will, through the creative act of defining our own values, becoming the architects of our unique individual destiny. This is a daunting task, I won't lie to you now. It demands courage, honesty, and immense self-reliance. It requires questioning everything you thought you knew. Are you ready to face the dizzying freedom of creation, to step into the unknown and sculpt your own soul? This journey is not about adopting Nietzsche's specific ideas. It's about understanding the spirit of his philosophy. It's about igniting that profound will to power within you, to become an active participant in your own evolution. to shed the old skin and emerge as your authentic self. This is not a passive reception of wisdom, my friends. It is an active engagement, a personal revolution. Do you feel this stirring, this deep resonance within you? If so, then you are ready for what comes next. You are ready to begin the work of reinventing yourself. We will delve deeper into the implications of this concept, how it drives us, creates tension, and seeks new meaning, how to overcome ourselves and forge new, vibrant values. Stay with me on this journey, this profound exploration. Prepare to confront, to create, to become who you truly are. So you feel that spiritual drain, that existential lostness. It's a common affliction in our modern, complex world. We inherit traditions, beliefs, moral codes from the past. They often promise comfort, a ready-made framework for living. But for many, these inherited structures feel increasingly hollow. You might find yourself going through the motions, unfulfilled, performing roles, adhering to expectations that aren't truly yours. This is where Nietzsche's radical philosophy begins to speak. He offers not a new set of rules, but a different kind of freedom. A freedom born from confronting the deepest parts of yourself. Nietzsche, through his prophet Zarathustra, challenges us now. He asks us to look closely at the old tablets, the ancient laws, not to dismiss them outright, but to question their authority. Do they still serve you? Do they truly foster your growth? Or do they subtly diminish your potential, stifle your spirit? This questioning, this critical gaze, is the first step. It's the awakening of your will to power in its most fundamental form. This will to power is not about dominating others, remember. It's an internal urge, a profound drive to overcome yourself, to transcend your current limitations, your inherited self. Think of it as an inherent creative force within all life. A tree strives for sunlight, roots delve deeper into the earth. A river carves its own path through solid rock over time. This is the will to power in action, a relentless striving. It's the very essence of growth, of becoming something more. For us, as human beings, this expresses itself uniquely. It's the urge to set our own standards, to define our own values, to be the sculptor of our own character, our own destiny. Are you content with being merely a reflection of external norms? Or do you feel the stirring to forge your own unique identity? Nietzsche understood the immense difficulty of this task. It means facing the terrifying freedom of creating your own meaning, no longer relying on a comforting pre-written script for your life. This can feel like stepping into a vast, empty wilderness. But within that emptiness lies infinite possibility for creation. Consider the notion of good and evil as we typically understand it. Nietzsche asks, who defined these terms for you? Were they truly born from your own lived experience? Or were they passed down, inherited without question, for generations? He suggests that often these values serve to control, to limit. They pacify the herd, keep individuals compliant and obedient. But the will to power within you rebels against such confinement. It seeks expansion, innovation, a vibrant self-overcoming. It desires to create values that affirm life, that celebrate strength. Not weakness, not subservience, not passive resignation. This is where the tension arises, a crucial part of the process. The tension between the comfortable, the known, the inherited, and the daring, the unknown, the self-created future you envision. Do you feel this inner conflict, this push and pull within you? It's the will to power asserting itself, demanding its due. To overcome oneself means to shed old skins, old ways of thinking. It means confronting your fears, your weaknesses, your complacency. It's an active, ongoing process, not a singular event you finish. Imagine an athlete pushing beyond their perceived physical limits. They are engaged in a profound act of self-overcoming, aren't they? They are driven by a will to power that seeks new benchmarks, new levels of performance, new expressions of their potential, and in doing so, they create new standards for themselves. They embody a new form of value, a new definition of strength. This same principle applies to your spiritual and intellectual life. Are you willing to reevaluate your long-held convictions, to challenge the very foundations of your understanding? This is the courageous path Nietzsche urges us to walk. It is a path of loneliness at times, but also immense liberation. Because the true self, your authentic being, awaits discovery. This process of reinvention is not a destructive act alone. It is profoundly creative, a forging of new perspectives. You are not just tearing down, you are building anew brick by brick. You are becoming the artist of your own existence, your own spirit. This is the profound meaning that the will to power offers. It's the joy of creation, the thrill of self-mastery, a unique sense of purpose. It's finding meaning not in external validation, but in internal growth. This calls for a radical honesty with yourself, a deep introspection. What truly moves you? What genuinely inspires you to become more? These questions are your compass in this journey of becoming. Remember, this is not a one-time project, but a continuous evolution. The will to power is never satisfied with mere stagnation. It constantly seeks new challenges, new forms of expression. So, embrace the tension, the discomfort of growth as a sign that you are alive, that you are truly becoming. Do you feel the pull, the yearning to step onto this path, to shed the old and embrace the challenging new you, to explore the depths of your own inherent creative force? If so, then you are well on your way to reinvention. This is just the beginning of unlocking your own power. Now let's consider the chains that bind us, subtly and strongly. Often these are the unexamined moralities we've absorbed, the societal oughts and shoulds that dictate our actions. Nietzsche calls these herd moralities for a crucial reason. They prioritize conformity, safety, and the good of the group. They suppress individual excellence, the soaring spirit. Think about conventional notions of humility or self-sacrifice. While they have their place, they can also become insidious. They can teach us to diminish our own light, our true potential, to serve a collective ideal that may not serve our unique being. This is where the will to power becomes truly revolutionary. It insists on the affirmation of your life, your growth. It's not a celebration of cruelty or ruthless self-interest. Instead, it's a profound call to honesty with oneself, to understand what genuinely strengthens you, makes you flourish. Imagine a sculptor looking at a raw block of marble. They don't passively accept its current form, do they? They see the potential within, the hidden masterpiece waiting. And with relentless effort, they chip away, they carve, they shape. This is the process of self-overcoming Nietzsche describes for us. You are both the sculptor and the marble in this profound endeavor. The will to power is the chisel, the hammer, the shaping force. It drives you to confront your self-imposed limitations head-on, to question the comfortable lies you've told yourself for years, to break free from the invisible prisons of societal expectation. Do you feel this sense of internal constriction, this pressure? As if you're trying to fit a vibrant, expansive spirit into a small box? This feeling is a clear signal, a sign of your awakening. Your will to power is stirring, demanding a larger arena. It yearns for creation, for meaning, forged by your own hands. Thus, Spoke Zarathustra is filled with powerful metaphors for this. Zarathustra himself descends from his mountain, bringing new insights. He leaves behind the comfort of solitude, the old wisdom, to brave the world, to challenge its ingrained assumptions fearlessly. This descent is an act of courage, an act of self-overcoming itself. It's about facing the ugliness within, the parts you hide, the fears, the insecurities, the ingrained patterns of behavior. The will to power doesn't allow for superficial fixes. It demands a deep, radical transformation from the very core. It pushes you to confront your own shadow and integrate it. Consider the common human desire for security, for safety. We build routines, seek stability, avoid risk whenever possible. While this offers comfort, it can also lead to stagnation. The will to power thrives on challenge, on overcoming obstacles. It seeks growth through tension, not through complacent ease. It asks, are you truly living or merely existing in comfort? Are you actively creating your life or letting it happen to you? This is not a call to recklessness, but to intentional engagement, to choose the path that demands your full energy and commitment, the path that allows you to fully express your unique being. This forging of new values is not an arbitrary act either. It stems from an inner imperative, a deep, authentic drive. What genuinely excites your spirit? What ignites your passion? These are the signposts, the clues to your authentic self. They are the expressions of your unique will to power. This process is lonely at times, I will not sugarcoat it now. You may find yourself apart from the crowd, misunderstood. But in that solitude, immense strength and clarity emerge. You discover a self that is robust, resilient, and deeply meaningful. A self built on foundations you have personally affirmed and chosen. Do you have the courage to walk this path, to face the unknown, to become a creator of your own moral compass, your own purpose? This is the ultimate invitation of Nietzsche's philosophy to you, to rise above the common, to embrace your radical individuality, to embark on the profound journey of becoming who you truly are. This is the power of reinventing yourself from the inside out. It's not just about changing habits, but transforming your very being. It's about unleashing that dynamic will to power within you, to drive you forward, to create tension, to seek new meaning constantly, and through that to achieve a profound, resonant life. So we've explored the raw power of the will to power, how it drives us to transcend our current state of being. But how do we practically harness this immense inner force? How do we move from understanding to truly embodying it? This is where the concept of overcoming becomes concrete. Overcoming yourself isn't about being perfect overnight. It's a continuous process, a disciplined act of self-sculpting. Think of it like an artist meticulously refining their craft. Each stroke, each cut is a deliberate choice, an act of will. And you are both the artist and the evolving masterpiece. First, you must identify what truly holds you back. Is it fear of judgment, the weight of others' expectations? Perhaps self-doubt or comfort in familiar limiting habits? These are the internal enemies that the will to power confronts. It demands honesty, a fearless gaze into your own limitations. Do you feel this resistance within you, this tug of war? The desire for growth clashing with the pull of inertia? This tension is precisely what Nietzsche highlights for us. It's the crucible in which new values are forged, not found. You don't discover your true self, you create it actively. Thus Spoke Zarathustra often speaks of the free spirit, one who casts off old dogmas and dares to think independently. This freedom isn't a passive state, but an active, ongoing effort. It requires courage to stand alone, to forge your own path, to value your own insight above the clamor of the crowd. Consider the act of creating new values for yourself. This isn't about moral relativism or doing whatever you please. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest, authentic self. What do you genuinely admire? What qualities do you truly aspire to? These are the seeds of your self-created moral landscape. For example, if you value courage, how can you embody it daily? Perhaps by speaking your truth even when it feels uncomfortable, or by pursuing a challenging goal despite potential failure. Each such act strengthens your will to power, reinforces your values. It builds a robust, resilient sense of self from the inside out. The journey of reinvention is fundamentally about responsibility, taking full ownership of your life, your choices, your destiny, no longer blaming external circumstances or past misfortunes. This can feel heavy at first, this immense weight of freedom, but it is also profoundly empowering, liberating beyond measure. Nietzsche challenges us to say yes to life, fully and without reservation, to embrace both its joys and its suffering, its triumphs and its trials. This is the ultimate expression of the will to power life affirmation. To find meaning not despite adversity but often through it, to transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and strength. Do you actively embrace your challenges, or do you shrink from them? Are you willing to learn from setbacks, to integrate them into your being? This is the path of the Übermensch, the overman or overhuman. Not a superior race, but an ideal for every individual to strive for. Someone who has mastered themselves, who has overcome their lower self. This concept calls for constant self-reflection, keen self-awareness. What are your weaknesses? What are the areas where you still conform? How can you push beyond these comfortable yet limiting boundaries? This continuous questioning fuels the creative tension within you. It ensures that your will to power remains dynamic, ever-growing. To help you on this profound journey of self-mastery, I've developed a resource, the Reinvention Playbook. It's an essential guide for navigating this challenging path. You'll find it linked in the pinned comment below this video. It offers practical exercises for identifying your values for becoming. Remember, this isn't a passive journey, but a continuous act of creation. Are you ready to take up the chisel and sculpt your own destiny? To live a life that truly reflects the boundless will to power within you? To shed the old skin and become the magnificent being you are meant to be? The choice, my friends, is always and profoundly yours. As we approach the culmination of our journey, let's reflect. We've journeyed deep into the heart of Nietzsche's radical vision. We've uncovered the profound driving force of the will to power. It is not merely a philosophical concept, but a living energy within you. It urges you onward, beyond stagnation, towards profound self-creation. Think of how many times you've felt that existential void, that yearning for something more beyond the everyday grind. This feeling is not a weakness, it is a profound signal. It means your will to power is stirring, demanding expression. It demands a life of meaning forged by your own authentic self. This journey of reinvention, of becoming who you are, is continuous. It's a dynamic tension between your present self and your ideal self. It's the constant overcoming of old habits, limiting beliefs and fears. It's the courageous act of creating new values that resonate with you. Not values imposed by society, but born from your own strength. Consider Zarathustra, Nietzsche's prophet, descending from the mountain. He brings not easy answers, but challenging truths to the people. He is a symbol of the individual who dares to defy convention, who embraces solitude to gain clarity, then shares new wisdom. This is the essence of unleashing your own inner philosopher. You are the artist of your own life, holding the chisel and the clay. The will to power is the driving force behind every stroke. It impels you to chip away at the superfluous, the inauthentic, to reveal the magnificent, unique form that lies beneath, to sculpt a life that truly reflects your deepest desires and strengths. Do you feel the weight lifting, the chains loosening, even now? The realization that you are not merely a product of your past, that you possess the inherent capacity for radical transformation. This is the exhilarating freedom that Nietzsche offers to us. It's the freedom to define, to create, to become your own meaning. This means embracing risk, confronting discomfort, choosing growth. It means saying yes to the full spectrum of human experience, not shrinking from suffering, but transforming it into strength. This is the ultimate affirmation of life, a powerful, joyful act. It's the will to power, expressing its most profound wisdom. For those ready to truly commit to this path of self-mastery, my ebook, The Reinvention Playbook, is a powerful companion. It offers structured exercises to guide your personal revolution. You can find it linked in the description below or in the pinned comment. It's designed to help you practically apply these profound ideas. This journey requires courage, yes, and unwavering self-honesty. But the reward is a life of unparalleled authenticity and purpose, a life where you are the master of your own destiny, truly, where every choice, every action aligns with your highest self, where you are constantly evolving, becoming more of who you truly are. Are you prepared to live a life driven by your own authentic will, to become a creator of meaning rather than merely a consumer of it, to step into your full power and truly reinvent yourself from the inside out? The invitation is yours, my friends, to embark on this magnificent journey. Share your thoughts below. What does reinventing yourself mean to you? We've now explored the radical depths of Nietzsche's vision. We've unearthed the will to power, not as a desire to dominate others, but as an intrinsic force within you. It's the engine of your evolution, the ceaseless drive to overcome yourself and forge new meaning. This isn't just philosophy, it's a blueprint for a life of profound purpose and authenticity. Consider the spiritual exhaustion and existential adriftness many feel. This isn't a flaw, it's a vital sign. It indicates that your will to power is stirring, yearning for expression beyond conventional constraints. It's a call to cast aside borrowed beliefs and to create a life that genuinely resonates with your deepest self. This act of reinvention is a continuous process, a dynamic tension between who you are now and who you are becoming. Nietzsche, through Zarathustra, challenges us to confront the old tablets of morality. He urges us to question what we've inherited, to discern whether these values truly foster our growth or merely keep us confined. This critical examination is the first step in harnessing your will to power. It asks the courage to acknowledge your limitations and to sculpt a new identity built on your own strength and vision. The journey of self-overcoming is an active, disciplined art. Just as a sculptor chips away at marble, you must meticulously refine your character. This involves facing your fears, challenging self-doubt, and shedding outdated habits. It's about choosing to live deliberately, to align your actions with your most authentic desires. This isn't a passive discovery, it's an ongoing creation of your truest self. Embracing this path means accepting ultimate responsibility for your life. It's liberating, though initially daunting, to realize you are the sole architect of your destiny. The will to power propels you to say a resounding yes to all of life, transforming even suffering into strength. This profound affirmation of existence, the striving towards the Übermensch, overhuman, is not about superiority over others, but about the relentless mastery of oneself. This constant push for growth demands self-reflection and courage. It asks you to identify your weaknesses, to question conformity, and to push beyond comfortable boundaries. This is the fertile ground where new values are forged, where your unique purpose is revealed. For those ready to commit to this challenging yet deeply rewarding path, the Reinvention Playbook offers practical guidance. You'll find it linked in the pinned comment below. Ultimately, reinventing yourself isn't just about changing who you are, it's about becoming more fully who you are meant to be. It's about unleashing that dynamic will to power within, driving you forward, creating new meaning, and achieving a life of unparalleled authenticity and purpose. What aspect of your current self are you most compelled to transform through your will to power? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The